Hello everyone, we're going to be doing something a little bit different today. We're going to try out some Mega Drive Genesis games on the Genesis Mega Drive Mini Classic, rather than what I typically do is play Sega Saturn and Dreamcast games on a system that isn't even meant for them, such as the PlayStation Classic. Let's start with a great homebrew fan-made game called Xeno Crisis. And the problem with this game is the controls are a little bit unintuitive and don't correlate to your controller whatsoever. I'll show you what I mean in a moment here. I'm going to start the game per normal and watch what happens here. So I'm just playing the game, and I would think that I'm going to be able to use my controller on a game and be fine. I mean, if you've ever played a game like Smash Brothers, you know that it's a twin-stick shooter. Whereas you have your D-pad for your controls, as far as like moving around in 8 directions, but then you go to shoot, and look, I'm trying to shoot up, and I'm shooting down. I'm trying to shoot left, and I'm shooting right. It's all messed up. It's not working at all. So I'm going to end up losing my life, and game's over. But I can restart the game here, and I can do dummy down controls to fix this, which I'll show you. Again, I'm going to have something in the update to help you guys out with this. I'll show you what I'm talking about. But you can go into controls there, and you can go to 6-button controls, which would be your typical twin-stick shooter controls. And then you can even do 3-button controls. And the problem with 3-button controls is I consider them to be a little bit dummied down. Think of a game like RC Pro-Am that is an overhead isometric 3-quarter perspective racer game on the original NES. Fantastic game made by Rare, who went on to make awesome stuff such as GoldenEye, Perfect Dark, Conker's Bad Fur Day, and so on. The problem is, in some games that are like that, if you try to move left, you move left. If you try to move right, you move right when you're racing. The problem is when you're on the other side of the track, you end up having to push left to move right and right to move left. And it's a little bit unintuitive, but if you grew up on NES like I did, you know what I'm talking about. But some newer versions of games that are similar to that, on like PS3, even on your mobile phone and such, they have it where you actually literally just point in the direction you want to race. But here, I'm pointing in the direction I want to shoot, and I'm pushing the fire button. Now I can hold the button down to strafe. And the problem with this is if you have like 50 enemies in a room, you're going to get overwhelmed real quick because you're not going to be able to have the finesse of 2 independent sets of controls. You're going to basically, essentially be doing the equivalent of rotating your left foot clockwise while you're trying to rub your belly counterclockwise. You cannot do that. So what we're going to do is restart the game here. I'm going to be back to 6-button controls because the game will reset to default controls every time. Then I'm going to go into retro settings, quick menu controls, port 1 controls, and take note, guys and gals. I'll have this in the update, but what you're going to do is do this in this exact same order as I have on here for your buttons. You're going to have it set to A, then X, and then you go down below the D-pad and do B, Y, Z, then Z. So again, in the order, A, X, B, Y, C, Z. And then you resume the game. And what this is going to basically do is give you 2 independent sets of controls. You'll be able to use your left D-pad to move in 8 directions, omnidirectional. And then you'll be able to basically shoot in 8 directions using your, whether or not you're on the Super Nintendo style controller or a PlayStation 1 or PlayStation 2 style controller, you have omnidirectional controls. It's awesome. And I can use my triangle to shoot up, my square to shoot left, my circle to shoot right, and my X to shoot down. And I can do combinations to shoot 8 directions. And one thing I'm a huge fan of is games that basically allow me to upgrade my character. I mean, anything from like Gran Turismo to Rygar for NES, I can play those all night long because I love upgrading, and this game is no different. Okay? And you don't want to just hold the button down, you're going to run out of ammo really quick if you do that. These dog tags can be collected to help you upgrade at the end of each level. Okay, I think I was that way already. A lot like Smash Brothers and Total Carnage, the spiritual successor and sequel follow-up. You want to be very careful here because you have limited continues, and once your game's over, you got about 3 continues and you're kind of screwed. So I'm going to try to get as many dog tags as I can, and as you beat the stages, you can actually upgrade, which is awesome. The boss is pretty sweet. You'll see what I mean when I get to the boss in a few moments here. Oh, that's a great weapon. Nice spread weapon. And typically when you play a game like Smash TV, some of the weapons last longer than others, but here you have very limited ammo or time frames to use them. Okay. We can do this. I played so many twin stick shooters over by then. That was a flub. I'm just going to leave it. Well, probably one of my favorite twin-stick shooters of all is Gauntlet Dark Legacy, which unfortunately we cannot really emulate. I would love to be able to play it on the minis. I mean, I love that game. It is actually part of the Vegas hardware, which would probably run about 3 to 4 frames per second on the mini classics, unfortunately. And even on PC, you need a really, really high-end PC to run them. But you can run the PS2 port, you know, and such. That's one way around it. Oh, shotgun for the win. It's kind of interesting because where I live, there's a lot of rioting going on because of the George Floyd thing. I don't want to get too much into politics right now, but people are basically going down the road, and it was supposed to be a peaceful protest, and they were looting and pillaging and all that stuff. And they were going storefront to storefront, attacking any store they could. And they went to the wrong store, which is a bakery, and 3 guys came out of the store with shotguns, Mossberg shotguns, and quickly changed up the tune there. And people just moved right on down the road, east on down the road. The Oz style, which I'm talking about, The Wiz with Michael Jackson. Remember that, where he played the Scarecrow? But yes, there's a difference between protesting and looting. I mean, I don't want to get too much into politics here, but I really, it's just such a crazy world with the current state of affairs here. You know, coronavirus, now looting. It's just so absolutely insane. Okay, let's take this boss out. We're all here to have fun with games, so just hopefully everything's going good in your personal life, guys and gals. I mean, just stay safe, do what you can, just, you know, live your life in a happy, harmonious manner. And like I said, stay safe is the primary thing here. But, love this boss here. It's so much like a Contra 3 boss. It's almost like doing the first boss in Contra 3, but like from an overhead perspective. I ran out of ammo. Oh, jeez, I want to at least be able to beat this boss. And this is that type of thing where I'm going to try to beat this boss, and hopefully the next time I'm going to be able to beat it without using a continue. There we go. Oh yeah, come on, we got this. Oh yeah, now you're going to be able to do some upgrades here. Rank E. Next time I'm going to get Rank A, because I used to get Rank A on Ninja Gaiden for Xbox, and that is one of the most incredibly difficult games ever. So is Devil May Cry 3. I mean, I used to get A ranks on both of those. And S ranks too, of course. We could upgrade our health, our power, our speed. We'll upgrade our health. We'll upgrade our power. And like I said, I absolutely love games where you can upgrade. And I almost made enough to get another upgrade here, which would be my increased speed. And I love like games like Devil May Cry where you can do this too. Okay, let's see how this plays out. Okay, we got this. And love that the music is actually different per stage too, because some games will actually use the same music for all the stages. Again, incredible work, you developers, if you happen to see me play this. Well worth the $20. Great, great investment here. And I love any type of twin-stick shooter. I'm going to try and play some other Mega Drive games in this video too. Some other shmup style games that some of you might not be aware of. And again, it's the type of game where I'm going to play on the hardest difficulty. It is on hard difficulty by default. And I want to be able to get better each time. I don't cheat. I don't do rewind, all that stuff. I like to legitimately try to beat a game. So I play this for a few hours until I get good enough to beat it. And the upgrades will be fun to play around with too. I still got 2 continues. I mean, last time I tried this, I actually didn't even make it to this stage. I died on the boss on all 3 continues. But awesome, awesome game. Well worth it. I can definitely see that the enemies are getting taken out a little bit quicker than in the first stage because I have the upgraded power. But we're going to move on to another game now. Let's go back to the main user interface and see what other kind of shmups we have to work with. But yes, Xeno Crisis is a win-win game without a doubt. Absolutely phenomenal game. And again, I used to be at a point where I didn't really like homebrew or fan-made. I really kind of thought they just didn't compare with retail games. But the tune is changing because Xeno Crisis is on par with about any type of shmup I've ever played on a Mega Drive or let alone any system ever. Here we have Undead Line. There are many different types of shmups out there. We have normal shmups. We have cute-em-ups. Which is like Captain Tomaday and Parodius, Twinbee, and so on. But here we have Undead Lion, and this is what I call a masochist shmup, along with the likes of games like, of course, Silver Surfer Run. And yes, it is so incredibly difficult. It's probably going to be one of the hardest, hair-pulling, frustrating experiences ever, but I love this game. We're going to go to options here, and there's a little bit of an offset depending on if you're in Japan or the US for some games. were in even like Devil May Cry 3 on PS2 and so on, playing normal would actually be hard. So right here, this would be hard mode, this would be normal mode, and this right here, crazy, would actually be ludicrous mode, like, of course, Spaceballs, the movie. Great movie, need to watch it again. But we're going to try it on crazy mode activate, and right here might be one of the most incredibly difficult experiences you've ever had in any video game ever. Put on a little bit of stopwatch when you play the game and see how far you can make it. Like, I'll do like 1, 1000, 2, 1000, 3, 1000. I might not even make it to 10 seconds in the game. But here we even have a Silver Surfer style setup. Forest, Cemetery, Ruins, Drain, Cave, and Rock. And get ready from true what the F experience here. A little bit like a cross between King's Knight and, of course, Felios. Great fantasy-inspired theme here, but I'm on crazy mode activate, and I'm going to be done in no time. I mean, I might not even make it 10 seconds. It's that hard of a game. You might not even make it as far as I have already. Look, I made it barely 10 seconds before losing my life. That is crazy ludicrous. But yeah, see if we can even make it to the first 4 stage, even on this difficulty. This is so crazy. Now I'm going to restart the game. It's so cool, though. I'm going to definitely try to do that ludicrous difficulty again. I'm going to go into the options and change it to normal difficulty, which would really be hard difficulty. But yes, I barely made it 10 seconds. It is that insanely, ludicrously hard. So normal mode activate would actually be hard mode activate. But again, Undead Line for the win. Right up there with the likes of Silver Surfer, which, by the way, has an absolutely kick-ass soundtrack. One of the best soundtracks I've ever played in the game. But here, we're on hard difficulty, aka normal. And again, this is pretty common for games in Japan. You have the difficulty like a whole level up from what it really is. And again, this is still difficult. I'll be lucky to make it anywhere in this game. Let's try at least make it to the first boss here. Again, I love the challenge here. I'm going to be trying it on crazy mode as much as I can. Oh yeah. Very cool game though. I'm loving both this and Xeno Crisis. Definitely some recommendations here. And love games like this and King's Knight. Oh geez, don't want to lose out there. Look, I lost a life alright. Made it 20 seconds. And then we can, of course, we can try the game on, of course, easy difficulty. But I'm still going to be trying it on crazy because I think this is so fun. Playing on crazy or hard. I want to at least try to make it to the first boss here. Come on, we need Turbo Fire mode activate without a doubt here. That might help out a little bit. But still, this game would be very suitable for like TurboGrafx 16, one of the great shmups on there. Come on, give me some health. Give me some health. Yeah. Whoa. There we go. That's what we need. Some health. I'm dazed. You know how in some games where you can get something and they daze you? I'm moving out. Oh, jeez. This is crazy. Oh, jeez. Made it like 20 seconds again. It is so incredibly difficult, but yes, Undead Line, awesome game. Try it out for yourself. We're going to go back to the main user interface and see what else we have to try here. But yes, Undead Line and of course Xeno Crisis, both for the win here. And by the way, on Netflix, I've been watching Ozark. I made it to season 3. Love the show. Great similarities to shows like, of course, like Lucky Pete on Amazon Prime, and of course, the original Breaking Bad, also done by Bryan Cranston. All 3 similar nature shows. And even love this show, you know, should we say the movie follow-up on, of course, Netflix with Jess. And here's a third game in our lineup, a very incredibly difficult game as well. And this is very cool because it's actually made by the people who went on to form DICE. And, of course, if you do not know who DICE is, they made the Battlefield series. Very incredibly awesome to see some of the earlier development feats of these companies, such as with core design, they made Rig Dangerous, and they moved on to greater, grandiose things, such as Tomb Raider. Love this parallax scrolling. You can see multiple layers of scrolling in the background, literally like 9 layers of scrolling. Awesome game. And this is quite a bit like run and gun style, like Contra, of course, Gun Force 1 and 2, which are awesome IRAM games. And the awesome thing is they run on main Tales of Theory Stream now, better than ever before, because the sound has been fixed up thanks to the great efforts and help in collaboration of Grand 2258 and Arcades 2003. And this also reminds me of another game that I played called Journey to Silius, which is a game which basically is a Terminator game without the acquired license due to some unforeseeable reason. I mean, they just cannot simply get permission to get the game going, but big fan of this type of stuff. Run and gun games, Turrican, Contra, anything you name that's run and gun, love it. Midnight Resistance, awesome as well. And we're gonna, oh look at that, we got that robot that does somersaults in them YouTube videos. And again, DICE did a great job with this, and absolutely love the graphics, the gameplay, and this also reminds me quite a bit of the Alien game made by Way4 Technologies, which is on DS. You'll see what I mean when I get there. Oh, geez, lost a life. Lost another life. We got this. We've all done that. We've fallen into the pratfalls of pitfalls. And look, DICE Inc., we make air for your future. Nice little Easter egg there. Looks like they were trying to think of their name there. Let's see if we can get anywhere in this game. Again, the gameplay really feels like Alien here. And of course, a combination of Terminator. And even though Terminator Salvation wasn't really well received, I still enjoyed the movie. I got a kick out of the fact that they changed the ending because it was leaked. Let's see if we can get anywhere in this game real quick. And yes, you can do a little bit of strafing just like we did in Xeno Crisis. We got coins hidden up there. Need to get some power-ups here. Yes, I really feel like I'm playing like a Way4 Technologies game. I wouldn't doubt it if somebody from Way4 happened to be with this company at the time. I don't doubt it whatsoever. There's so many similarities there. And I also like the game called Deep Core on Amiga CD32. Another game that I recently showcased. I'm going to save that bomb for a rainy day here. Let's see if we can get anywhere here. I think there's a switch over here. Yep. Bam. Doors open! Now I remember the next part being pretty difficult from last time I played this. Yes, this is an undiscovered gem. It's been sitting in limbo for nearly 20 years. Okay, I know I'm getting to a hard platformer section. We know how that goes in these games. Yes, I'm probably going to be getting some demos of Turrican 1, 2, and 3, which are interesting to see how different the games are from one to the other. Whoa, we don't want to do that. Hopefully I didn't have a game over yet. Look, we're doing Lesser and Unlikely. We can do this, Lesser and Unlikely is interesting. Another world, out of this world style game. Almost lost the light there. I love any of the games that are like AKA Another World, Out of This World, you know, like Lesser and Unlikely, Heart of the Alien, and even like some of the earlier Dragon's Lair games, and so on. Flashback, you get the idea. We got coins. I wonder if we could actually, I've never really made it even past this first stage. I wonder if we could use these coins to upgrade like we did in Xeno Crisis. That'd be damn cool. Yes, we got 3 amazing games. We're going to do one more here in a moment. Once we get there. Find the yellow key. That bounced off out of me there. We needed our yellow door key card. But yes, I'm going to be coming back to this game. There's another dancing robot. I've seen those YouTube videos, but we're going to go back to the main user interface, and we're going to try Twinkle Tail, which is an amazing shmup. And again, we got Xeno Crisis, Undead Line, Ultra Core. Now we're going to do Twinkle Tail, which is, like I said, another great fantasy shmup. And love stuff like this. And I love fantasy games and fantasy movies. I love some of the fantasy movies I'm a big fan of. I like Labyrinth, Big Fish, Secondhand Lions, and particularly really enjoyed The Curious Case of Benjamin Button. That was a great movie, Brad Pitt. And the concept was so unique. I don't want to spoil it too much, but it's basically about a person who was born old and de-ages. It's very cool the way they played out. Just absolutely love the movie. And we're going to try Twinkle Tail here and see how it plays out. And quite an interesting game, to say the least. And from the get-go, one thing that's kind of nice is you can actually hold down the button and do Turbo Fire mode activate. And it looks like we have a witch, which looks she's right out of the pages of a particular Victo K game, which is a nice Mega Man style clone. And what made that game very invariably difficult was the fact that you had no continues. You literally just lost your 3 lives and it was game over. But like the typical power-ups you get like when you beat the bosses in Mega Man, you had all these power-ups from the get-go with unlimited reserves. So that was one of the nice little trade-offs there. This game is pretty difficult, but Turbo Fire mode activate definitely helps out. I'm going to save my magic abilities and power-ups for when I get to insurmountable odds or seemingly impassable enemies. And you might notice there's a little bit of slowdown in this game as well. You can actually, I'm running with Genesis plus GX, and the thing is, when you play games with the standard cores, you won't have the real way they ran on the actual hardware. Whereas if you do some of the extreme cores, they kind of take a little few changes, like right there, slow down right there. So you play like a game like Gradius or Super R-Type or even this, you're gonna play just like the original hardware, even to a bigger degree, Contra Force, which ran absolutely abysmally on the actual hardware. But running with the Extreme course, you have no slowdown whatsoever, so you can play it like unlike it's ever been before. Oh geez, we don't want to die here. We want to get to a boss at least. Hopefully I can get some. Okay, that was a death. Whoa, whoa, whoa! I didn't expect that. We're gonna use my power up and get past these ogres or whatever the hell they are. Something straight out of the Iliad or Odyssey or such. Love all that stuff. I remember when I went to when I was in school, I basically I was not really big into Shakespeare, and I did stuff such as extra credit for, of course, Greek mythology instead, because I was much more enthused into doing that kind of stuff. We're going to try this one more time real quick, see if I can get any further. But yes, my English teacher just happened to be a college professor as well, and I was able to get extra credit, college credit points in fact, by doing Greek mythology instead of Shakespeare. I mean, I did Shakespeare too, but it just wasn't really my thing. I'm sorry, it just was not my thing as much as stuff like mythology. Loved anything mythology-wise. Iliad, Odyssey, and then, of course, stuff like Clash of the Titans. You know what I mean. Wrath of the Titans, Clash of the Titans. Not quite true mythology, but you get the idea. But big thing. And I used to love reading all the true Greek mythology books. Love all movies that deal with that type of concept. And of course, love the Hercules Legendary Journey series with Kevin Sorbo, and of course Andromeda, the sci-fi series they did. That was absolutely amazing as well. So it had a very strong start. Okay, see if I can get past this guy this time. Come on, we can do this. We can do this. And then, like I said, the interesting thing is when I was in my senior year, I kind of tended to cut school a bit. I probably cut school like 14 times. I just got mundane at times. And I actually would stay home and play video games overnight. But suffice to say, I never cut work. I always did my job at work and such. I mean, but school got mundane a little bit of times. And I actually had a 4.3 grade point average in my senior year. And the vice principal called me up to the office and said, "Hey, you're 18. You've been cutting a lot of school. Would you like to just sign a paper and not have to come back to school?" And I said, I would really like to be able to graduate. I got my diploma and everything, but literally within a month after that, I got called to the office again that I had a high GPA average, the highest in my school at the time. And basically, I was out for breakfast with the mayor. And I said, so I was good enough to basically be offered the chance to leave school, but and then, of course, I was out for breakfast with the mayor. I just simply declined. I mean, I just was not interested at all. I appreciated the gesture, but the fact that they asked me to leave school, even though I had a 4.3 grade point average, just didn't do things for me. See if I can get past this boss. Almost like a Kimura-style boss. Very cool, and yes, very difficult game. Probably not as hard as on Deadline, but still very difficult. I know I'm going to end up losing on this boss. Hopefully I can at least take the boss out. I ran out of power-ups. Oh, jeez.